Okay, 7 o'clock, call the meeting of the 28th of April, Inland Wetlands Agency, call the meeting to order. And the first thing I would like to do, which I didn't realize needed to happen last time, I need to appoint Annie as she is an alternate member, which I didn't realize. So if she can please be a voting member tonight. And then I think you have to say a bunch of stuff, Bruce, don't you? Even though
Yes,
there's
I
no
do.
pub, yeah.
Yep. So this is Bruce Lofgren from the Office of Planning and Development Services. This is the regular Inland Wetlands Agency meeting of April 28, 2021. For any members in the public that would like to speak, they can during the public communications portion of the agenda. You can do so by dialing *9 if you're on a phone, or raising your virtual hand. With that, I'll turn it back over to Eunice, who's the chair.
Okay, so a roll call tonight. We have Barbara Williams, we have Barbara Block, we have Ann Osterwick, and we have Eunice Sutphin. What's first on the agenda? The approval of the minutes?
Yes, the minutes of April 14th, 2021.
April 14th. So a little bit of a, Barbara Williams, normally you catch great typos or misspellings or lacks of words, but I read the minutes of the last meeting and I just felt a little bit struck with the fact that there was no mention that any of us, i.e. Inland Wetlands Agency members, had spoke up about the Catchmar. I don't know how to say that. I'm sure not pronouncing that correctly, and please excuse me, but the Catchmar application 0 High Street. So I felt strongly about that. And so I reached out to Deb and Deb said, well, just offer a modification. And so that's what I did. So hopefully that was sent to you guys today. And again, I would never want to offend anybody. You guys on staff do a great job all the time, but I just made that modification. So there you have it. Bruce,
I felt the same way. And
okay.
It wasn't until the very last line that there was that mention of the boulders, but it never said anything about filling them in with dirt.
Well, the only thing it said about filling it in with dirt, you know, Annie, thank you, Annie, by the way, she's like, Eunice, you can listen to it on YouTube. And I'm like, all right, I will do that. So I revisited the meeting so the only mention about the fill was when Ed was like, well, that would change his toe of the slope where he could start from the base of. So I know what you're saying, Barbara. I get that, but so that's how I took that. Anyway, so you've read the minutes. It's just that Catchmar portion, and I don't know. Okay, Bruce, now you got to step into Deb's shoes. So help me out there. So
yeah, I didn't get that revision. Is it something we need to look at more closely?
I didn't either.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it was emailed. Linda emailed it out to everyone earlier today, along with the draft motion. Two things we could do. We could revise the minutes and approve and review them at the next meeting if everyone didn't see them, or Eunice could make a verbal suggested amendment to the minutes, and then you could vote on it. It's whatever you're more comfortable with. Either way works for us. You know, we can. You know, we don't have to approve the minutes tonight. So, but well, I mean,
go ahead. I would prefer if you guys had a chance to read them again. I'm not that comfortable doing all this. As you know, I've been playing this game for 30 years. I've never done anything. So if you could make sure, Linda and Bruce, that everybody, Annie, did you get to see them?
I did not, but I just came in from the yard.
Yeah.
So Linda, does that work for you to just put them in at the next agenda packet?
Yes. Yep.
Yes. Okay. So however you want to Yeah, however staff wants to handle that, I'm cool with that. I wouldn't really want to read them to you because then you'd have to look at the old ones and I'd rather
Yeah.
have you be able to have an eye on them yourselves. So we'll just hold off on approving the minutes of the 14th.
So just so I'm clear,
I'm barely hearing you, Linda.
oh, just so I'm clear
Yep.
on what you would like me to do. Do you want me to take your revision and incorporate it into the minutes?
No,
No.
No.
Okay.
yeah, no, I just want these guys to be able to read the
Okay.
original version and then
Right.
what I wrote, and then so that they would be able to, I want them to be able to have a look at it and make their opinion about it.
Right.
Please.
Okay. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. And did you guys get their the draft to motion today?
I did.
No,
Weeks.
Okay. All right.
I did.
I don't always get my deliveries on time, though.
I know, I
Oh,
feel.
okay. Huh. Okay, so yep, definitely we'll send that out next time and yep. And I think you could really postpone the approval of the minutes.
Okay.
Till next
Wanted
time.
to do that.
Would you like a motion about that, Linda?
No, we
Yeah,
don't.
I think that's probably a good idea.
Does anybody want to make a motion about that?
Make a motion to postpone the approval of the minutes of April
14.
14.
Second it.
Okay.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? So moved. Thanks, guys. All right. Next on the agenda, we have pending applications.
Yes. Well, we have, we didn't do public communications. We have to do that, but there is no one from the public. So let's do that,
Okay.
if you don't mind. So, yeah, so if anyone from the public would like to speak right now, if they can, I'm not seeing anyone from the public or any hands, so I think we can move on to new applications. And we don't have any of those.
Great.
And then yes, on to pending applications.
Okay. So I think we're looking at No Ankledged Road.
Yeah, so this is the septic system and addition at 595 No Ankledged Road. I don't see the applicants here tonight to present, so I can just give you an update, and then if you have any questions to the applicant, you want them to be here, we can continue it after
Can you do me
that.
a favor, Bruce? This has been so long. Could you remind me? I need to sort of have a tutorial because I've sort of forgotten what this was all about, if you don't mind.
Let me bring the and up and show everyone. Okay, so what we have here, we have No Ankledged Road, and we have a proposed 2-story addition right here. I hope everyone can see my cursor.
Yep, thank you.
And in a septic system improvement right here. So apparently what's happening right now is the septic system's very old. It's basically failing. So what they want to do is they want to do some regrading here, install the new system, and by doing so, it's within, well, it's actually 22 feet away from the wetland, which is right here. And also to do some of the regrading, they had to do some clearing in the back here. So you can see this is the existing tree line, and then this is where they're going to clear to here.
Mhm.
So because of the proximity to the wetland, the septic system, the grading, the clearing, and even I believe some of this addition is, yes, this addition is all located within the Alpine review area. So it is subject to a wetland permit. So you guys saw this probably either beginning of this year or late last year. And at that time, Ledgelight Health District had not yet approved this location for the septic system. So I believe you questioned, why did it need to be in this particular location? Why couldn't it be moved a little further away from the wetland edge? After that, we realized that Ledgelight had not approved it. We wanted them to go back and look at it and, make a determination of if this site, this location is okay or not. You all went out, or most of you went out for a site walk on this in maybe February or March. I wasn't there, but I guess you got a good look at the land. You saw where it was. You saw where the clearing was going to occur. And I believe the comment during that was that you'd be more comfortable if there was first an approval from Ledgelight, and second, that there was a row of plantings in between where they're going to clear for the septic system and the wetland edge. So I did incorporate that into the draft motion. So that's where we stand now. They just got approval from Ledgelight, and yeah, we're back before you now.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question, Bruce?
Yeah, sure.
Were there any comments about moving that? What we, that was one thing that we were questioning. The proximity and the way that it's positioned and so forth. Were there any comments from the applicant about why it can't be moved, or?
There were. So you had the builder here, and you also had the surveyor, I believe. I forget his name.
Yeah,
but,
remind us. Yeah.
Yeah. What is his name? You did have the surveyor here. Everyone's Advanced Surveying LLC. Richard Deschamps. Yes. All right. So you had Mr. Deschamps and Mr. Warner here.
Yeah.
They both, and it's hard for me to speak for them on this because I'm not a septic designer and I didn't design this, but from my recollection is apparently the soils closer to the road weren't as suitable for the septic system as they were down here. Also, I believe there was a problem with the grade because if it was placed closer towards the road, one, I think there wasn't enough room to get the full length of the leach field that's required for this house, and also that I think they would have had to pump it up because of the grade. It was more uphill, and this is more just kind of gravity flow.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I remember.
Oh, it's okay. It's been a while.
Yeah.
And so the one other thing, so I spoke with Deb on the phone yesterday, and she mentioned that Ledgelight gave them approval, but not, they wanted to have a separate addition, or what was I wasn't clear what Deb said, but she said they had some condition on the approval based on it being, I don't know, not a separate living space. Do you know anything about that, Bruce?
It didn't say it couldn't be a separate living space. I don't believe it did. They did go back and forth a little bit on the floor plans, and they limited it to a 4-bedroom dwelling, I believe. So I think this was originally proposed to have 2 bedrooms in it, and it was kind of designed as in-law apartment accessory dwelling. This was a 3-bedroom. So I think what they capped it at was 4 bedrooms, and they converted one of the proposed bedrooms into an office, and they got rid of the closet and they got rid of a second kitchen. So
that sort of leads me to then, could this could it be sized smaller so that it wouldn't be that much intrusion on that treed area there?
Well, I know that the size of this, so I guess the size of this is appropriate for the 4 bedrooms. So it would have had to be bigger if Ledgelight didn't request that their floor plan was reduced to have less bedrooms. So
Wow.
I would say any smaller than this, they may not be able to build an addition because this was, this was suitable for the lesser amount of bedrooms that they originally wanted anyways.
And so I guess then that leads me to my next question. So Ledgelight has approved the location, but Ledgelight doesn't take into consideration wetlands. Is that correct or incorrect?
They don't, not in the same sense as you. I mean, they look at soils and they make sure that, it doesn't seep into the soils, and that they look at, the type of permeability in the area, but not in the same sense of,
mhm.
possible negative effects to the actual wetland and vegetation within the wetland.
Anybody else want to have a talk here?
Well, I'm new at this, so it just seems like an interesting idea to put a leach field right abutting a wetland. And I guess I have to just say that Ledgelight probably knows what they're doing, but doesn't that make sense that it would just seep into the wetland?
Kind of does to me too. And that's,
Yeah.
I mean, and that area was, I don't know, it's so close, 22 feet. I don't know. I feel like yeah, I have that same question in my mind.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they move it directly behind the house? And that would pull it away from the wetland.
Well, there's a deck there, and there's
There's the well too. There's
and
a
there was a
well.
well and another, and there was the septic system too, right? There's septic tank.
I don't see a septic tank. I don't remember that. I know it.
So here it is,
Oh,
1,500 square foot septic tank right there.
right there. Yeah. So it
Yeah.
needs to be a certain distance away from the septic tank.
Oh,
Also, the well radius is really what places it in this corner, because it needs to be
Where's the
75 feet
well?
away.
Where's
The
the
well
well?
is, yeah, it's hard to see, but it's right here.
Oh,
And then, so if you see this circle right here, this
Circle?
is the
Yeah.
75-foot radius. So you
oh,
you
wow.
definitely don't want a septic system within the 75 feet of the
Hmm.
well. So I think that's kind of what put it down here. And then, with the flow and the grade, they, instead of having it uphill, this was kind of the best location on the site for
So,
in their
okay.
opinion.
Bruce, another question. I mean, just assuming that they didn't put on the extension, which is really what they want to do, but there is an old system there.
Yep.
So how much larger is this than well, they'd have to replace that anyway, right? Because it's too old and it's not whatever. Was that what you said?
Yeah, I mean, it's up here. The existing one is right here. And
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yeah, this is the proposed. So this is the existing, but I guess it's too small. I mean, what they told me is it's failing, and it's leaching up into the yard, and it's
Okay, so it's gotta be replaced no matter what they do. But, the argument against the grade doesn't hold up very well if that's where it was originally.
Good point, Barbara.
yeah, and I'm not really comfortable making that argument for the applicant, because I'm not the designer here. They are. I'm not the engineer.
Yeah.
So
Well, I just wanted to make sure I know, and I've forgotten a lot about the presentation, but it just seems to me that there's some possibilities here for getting that out of, the line of fire there to the wetlands.
Yeah, I feel the same way. And I think the rest of what I would like to say is, in the field, the lower left-hand corner of this picture as we're looking at it, or this diagram, there were a number of trees that were, whatever, I guess I'll just say that they were down. The homeowner said that they had fallen down and then they were cut. But this existing wood line is not exactly a wood line anymore, in the field at least. It was just,
Uh-huh.
there were 3 or 4 large trees that had stumps. They were there and they're not there anymore. So for me, I'm certainly not all that comfortable with this at all. I feel the same way that Barbara said. I just can't believe that this isn't going to cause a problem to the wetlands. There would have to be significant planting along that whole, I'm trying to see the 50-foot edge of lawn, that whole edge of lawn, ... I would need to see a lot of planting there
Mm.
to even make this halfway palatable. But so I think that it sounds like, Barbara Williams, I haven't heard from you. Do you have anything to say?
Why couldn't they leave the entrance to this new one where it is, but just
Tip it.
flip it
Yeah.
the
I know.
other end up?
Yep. Yeah. So I think we have a number of questions then, Bruce. And so where are we timeline on needing to make a decision on this?
I believe they received an extension, and we have other options for extensions. So we're not running up against a timeline here.
Okay. I would, I mean, if you want us to take a vote tonight, I'm not sure it would be prudent, but we will. But I would suggest that maybe the applicants want to come and answer some of the questions, and staff would want to answer some of our questions. And so I would propose that we table this till the next meeting. But again, let me hear from my best friends.
Agreed. I
Agreed.
think we need the time.
And please make sure the applicants are here to just really, answer these questions for us.
Yeah, I'll make sure I did talk to them today, and I sent the link, but they said they were going to come. But yeah, I'll definitely make sure that they. I'll pass along some of the questions you had and make sure that they have one of their professionals here to address that.
Can I ask another question?
Always, please.
I didn't get to go on the site walk. So did you have the sense that that leach field is going to be able to drain out, or is it at risk of getting flooded when there's a lot of water in the?
Number 2 for me. Yeah, like I said, it's the wetland was right there. It looked like a pretty decent wetland, a very decent wetland to me. And you can see the edge of the lawn there.
Mhm.
So there was a little slope where the old septic tank used to be, and they had a little sort of pathway, a walking pathway down. It did look a little flooded. I will say that. It definitely looked a little bit flooded. But to me, I had that very same question. I'm not even sure how deeply they put these into the ground. So again, I don't pretend to be, but yeah, it's 22 feet from the wetland. Any flooding from either the wetland or the leach field, whatever we're calling this, geomatrix, I think both of those are a question that I have in my mind. So I need reassurance for sure.
Me too. I'm that way too. We haven't had a chance to, since the site walk, to revisit this.
Yeah. And again, I just for the record, so Bruce, do you want to just, so when Ledge Light gives an approval, do you want to just speak about that? So what is
What are they
does their
approving?
approval encompass? So,
Yeah, right. So it was a B100 application approval, and what they said was they look at the number of bedrooms. That's the way they calculate the size of it. So they determine the number of bedrooms and they calculate the flow. So how big this needs to be. So that is a big portion of their review.
Yep.
Also, they look at things like, where is it going to be in proximity to the well? Where is it going to be in proximity to the septic system? It also needs to be a certain setback away from the house.
Yeah.
So I know they said that, this location is approved. So they did approve this septic system in this location. In terms of, modifying that and moving it, there's definitely a form that they could fill out and ask for that. And like I said, I don't think Ledge Light is looking at the effects of the wetlands in the same sense that the Inland Wetland Agency does. So I can't really speak to, the way they consider this with the wetlands. That's a different topic. But
Okay,
There is a way to request legislate to move it. So I do know that. I hope that answers it.
it does. Thank you so much. Do you guys want a motion to table this, or do you just want to, how do you do that? Table it? Linda, what would you like?
I guess it doesn't hurt to have a motion. I
I like motions because then it just shows that we're either all in agreement or we're not, but that's just me. Would
Right.
anybody like to make a motion to table this application till the next meeting?
Okay, I move that we table the Catchmar.
No, this is not Catchmar. This is
Oh, right,
Noah
right.
Ledger.
Noank Ledger Road application to
Second.
the
Motion
next
second.
meeting.
Motion's been made and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? So moved.
And the second was Annie or Barbara?
I second it,
Who
Barbara.
seconded it?
Barbara and Barbara.
And is this house just below the fields of fire?
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not just, I mean, it's not the next house, but it's like, I don't know, 3 or 4 more down.
Oh, okay.
It's not the next, not that White House.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I missed the site walk too. So is it all right if I go and visit?
You can knock on their door, Barbara, and say, hey, just me checking out your septic system. I would say no to that. I'm sure Bruce or Deb will go out with you.
Yeah, I can request that. If you'd
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Barbara.
It's a backyard. It's a backyard of someone's house. Just saying.
I can request to arrange it if you'd like, though.
Okay,
And
yeah,
Annie too, if you'd like to go.
yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. All right, what do we have next, Bruce?
Next, we have old business, which we have none of on the agenda. After that, we have new business, and we have the Town of Stonington referral. It's a temporary dry fire line. Let me bring that up. All right, so here is the referral to the from the town of Stonington to you. It's on. So this application is on Whitford Brook. It's in the old Mystic area on North Stonington Road over there.
Mhm.
So the purpose of this project is to install a temporary dry fire line across Whitford Brook for an emergency, for a fire emergency event. The reason for the dry line is to provide fire flow to the west side of Whitford Brook and prevent firefighters from having to toss fire hose across the brook in the event of a fire. I think there's a diagram down here as well. So they're just looking for comments on this. I do know that
I'll call you back. Yeah.
I do know that the town of Groton, we're going to be doing a similar thing on our side of the river too. It's going to be an application for public works that you guys will be seeing. I don't know the timeline on that, but we anticipate doing something similar to this.
Bruce, is this in the area of the bridge that washed out?
It is, yeah. So here's the bridge right
Yeah.
here, and then town of Groton's right here, and this
Yep.
is Stony.
And can you just tell me quickly what a dry fire line really is? Never heard of it.
Yeah, I don't really know how they use it, but apparently it's just a flange and a metal pipe with it looks like the diameter. I mean, it's about 14 feet long. I think it's a 6-foot diameter pipe.
Do they
And
have
so-
one of these across Jordan Brook on Route 1?
Oh, they do?
I don't know. There's a big, looks just like that.
Huh. And so how do they support that thing?
It looks like there's a bracket system here. So there's pipe clamps, and I guess it's going to be underneath the bridge, or the proposed new bridge.
Underneath what's left of the bridge, you mean? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me.
Okay. And so when you say the town of Groton is going to be making an application for one also, tell me a little bit more about that. please?
That's all I know. That's all I know about it.
Is it going to be, is it going to be the same one or another one?
I honestly don't know. Deb just told me that we're gonna have a very similar one coming in from the town of Groton.
Seems like if they have one, they could just throw it to each other, but
Yeah,
um,
they should cooperate.
well said, Barbara. Well said. All right. Does anybody want to have any words about this?
Is this even in Groton?
No. That's what
No.
we're asking for comments. So the town of Stonington is asking for comments from the town of Groton.
I see.
Yeah, it's a nice thing.
Yeah, because it's within 500 feet of the town line. That's why.
Right.
No, I have no comments on it.
Well, I never like to say no comments to these people because it makes me feel like we didn't say anything. So maybe could we say something like, thank you for allowing us a chance to look at this application, or not look, but choose a better word, Linda, if you would. And thank you for study it. Yes, exactly. Yeah, and again, maybe something like, and thank you for being concerned about the safety of the people on both sides of Whitford Brook. I don't know. Can somebody else? Annie, can you help me here with some words? Thank you very much, Miss.
Cooperation, in
Yeah.
the interest of cooperation for both our towns.
Yeah, something along those lines. I like that. Yeah. Thank you for the chance to review this
I
application.
think that's enough.
Yeah,
thank you.
again, I agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
We appreciate your concern for safety for both sides of the brook.
Well, we have to say whether we think it's a good idea or not.
Yeah, and actually we don't, because we have absolutely no jurisdiction.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, they're just being nice. All right. What else you got, Bruce?
Was that was a full motion on a vote, or? did
No,
you-
I don't think we
don't
need a
need a-
motion and a vote on this. I think we just make comments.
Yeah, and
Right.
so I think what will happen is we'll put together a memo. Of
Yeah.
all the comments and
Yeah.
forward that to Stonington.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Okay, after that, it's the report of chair. So that would be you tonight, Eunice.
Yep. I'm good. I want to take a moment to acknowledge how sad I am to hear about Bob's passing. And take a second moment to hope that Dave's surgery went well today and he will be back with us next time. Other than that, I have nothing else. How about you guys? Anybody looking
Well, I
around?
would say here to those comments.
Anybody else
Thank you.
looking around and seeing any wetland stuff going on that they want to talk about?
The falls are beautiful at the sheep farm.
They really are. I actually walked
Yeah.
there last Sunday. Yeah, that's a positive. Thank you for saying that. That's a positive. I'm sure you all know that the Groton Open Space was able to purchase the sheep farm south. So that's huge. I think, obviously, Annie, you weren't with us then, but we all walked that property as wetlands members. Bruce, I don't think you were with us then either. And I think we all are relieved that property is being
Beautiful.
preserved. Yeah, it's good.
I noticed something. I was out walking on Marsh Road in Noank. Remember, there was a little problem about the swale that goes along the road there. Well, one of the homeowners has completely wiped out all the vegetation there and cleaned out the swale, but they didn't plant anything. So a whole lot of dirt has gone down and clogged up the swale now.
Huh.
I don't know if that's wetland or
Well,
you know, salt water.
so that's right, Barbara. That's a good, thank you for noticing that. But I remember when across the street from Marsh Road on the whatever side,
Yeah.
that is, I'm really bad with my directions, but when they were expanding the marina there, we
Yeah,
spoke with Deb about that. Again, Bruce, I don't know if you were with us at that time, but, and she told me then that that is coastal. So
Yeah.
it's outside of our purview.
but
So
then
that-
again, there was a house closer to the water along Marsh Road. There's another road back in there. I forget what it's called.
yeah, I know the one you're
We
talking
made
about.
a decision about that the house was completely within the wetland and that we wouldn't let them do something. And
Is that
so
right?
I was wondering if that swale maybe might be
Okay.
totally not saltwater.
Do you want to look into that, please, Bruce?
Yeah,
Do
I
you
can
know
take
where
a look.
Barbara? You know where she's talking about?
Yeah, I think I do. Yeah, I've been in that area quite a bit lately. So yeah, I do know. I've been watching it from I've been watching the stream a little further upland, but I think yeah, there's definitely some coastal wetlands in there, but I can look into it and see if there's some fresh water and
That's
see what
great.
you're gonna.
And we'll put that on the agenda for next time then, if you would, Linda. Thank you. How about anything else? Any other comments from you guys?
Yeah, the next is report of staff. No, I don't have any comments right now. Yep.
All right. Okay, looks like we're all set then. When are we going to be able to not have Zoom meetings and see each other in person?
Are you all vaccinated, Bruce?
I am.
and Linda?
Yeah, we're all getting
You-
there. So yeah, I don't know when I haven't heard any dates yet. I don't know what the town policy is going to be on that, but
Okay.
I'm assuming sometime in the summer, maybe the fall. I probably sooner than later, I would think.
Okay.
Deb said not till fall, but I should think things are so good, which could change that.
Yeah,
That's right. All right, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
make
So
a motion to adjourn the meeting.
second it.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. All right, see you guys. When's the next date of the next meeting, please?
Next meeting is May 12th.
May 12th. Perfect.
Oh,
All right. Bye, guys. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good night, everyone.
Same to you.
Good night.
Bye, Linda.